All right. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Okay. So it is about 11:50 in the morning on the 4th of August, 2021, and today I get to do a negative $177 recap. Pretty frustrating. It really could have been a much better day. I'll show you why exactly here in just a moment. I traded BYSI and ATVI. Yeah, let's just go over it here. So here's BYSI. And so here we had the morning, we had the open, and then this is the 1 minute chart. And within the first 3 minutes, we had the pivot. We had the morning pivot right down here. So I was like, okay, so let's go to the top of the pivot. And my entry was roughly right here at $25.40. It was a little bit, may have been a little bit, oh, actually, you know what? I have it right here. I'll show you why. And the reason, so this is my trade window, and I'll show you why. So I was long at 25.71. I got in at 25.71. And this is an image of my trading window. This is my trading platform, and this is the level 2, and this is my order window. I have hotkeys that I can use on these, so I don't have to actually click in. But I'll show you exactly. All right, so right here, I was in right here at $25.71 per share on 500 shares right here. Now it went in and it started going to a halt. So right here you can see the timestamp below. This is the 1 minute chart. So I have let's see, 9:30. Oh yeah, it went into a halt right out of the gate too, actually. So anyway, and then here's 9:35, and here's 9:36, 37, 38, 39. 40, and then 9:45. If you look at the bottom timestamp, 9:41 to 9:45. So it was in a halt on the way up. It was in a halt going up. Now this thing pre-market went to a high of $45.41. It opened at $27, and now it's come out with some kind of a cancer drug mix for large late stage cancer, lung cancer. And so far, in my experience with cancer and cancer drugs and so forth, is the market likes them. The market likes them a lot and trades them up quite a bit. Well, okay, so I'm in 500 shares at $25.71. It starts squeezing up and it goes into a halt on the way up. And so I'm like, okay, good. This is a good thing. This thing's about to start squeezing, and people are about to start jumping on it, and so on and so on. Well, so I waited 5 minutes, and then it opened. Now, this 9:45 candle makes it look like it opened at a high of $27.11 and then trailed down to $24.41, right? But that's not at all the case. If you look, so this is why I copy and pasted this. This thing opened again. This is the 9:45 stamp. Let me blow this up. Let me make it bigger so it's easier to see. Here it opened up again, and it opened up at $24.50. So unfortunately, this very rarely happens. I mean, it's so very rare that this happens, but it opened up much lower than its price when it squeezed up. I've seen this happen on halts that last for 3 hours. So there, it happened really quite often in between Christmas and New Year's of 2020. I saw it happen 3 times where the exchange shut something down for like 3 hours, and it opened. It closed. It squeezed into a halt at like $45, and then opened again like at $20. And it happened 3 times in that 1 week. Well, on a 5 minute halt, usually it just opens at, it'll usually open right at its close and go higher, maybe dip down a little bit and go higher, but it never just opens up down at 24.50. I've never seen it do that before on a 5-minute halt. So yay for me. I got into this thing at $25.71. It opened up $1.30 lower than where I'd gotten into it after a halt, which is bullshit. It's Bravo Sierra. It just never happens on a 5-minute halt. And it's really, really frustrating watching a trade go from up $700 to down $650, after a halt. It just doesn't work that way. It just hasn't worked that way. So okay. So I was like, all right, well, let me put a Fibonacci on this thing. Let me see, where we are here. So yeah, it actually coincidentally the Fibonacci, really the morning pivot and the open just happened to be the Fibonacci's that I use quite a bit. So I was looking at this thing, I was like, okay, here we are down here at this Fibonacci. And so I entered another 500 shares, somewhere around $21 a share. And it basically, it went break even for me at somewhere around $23, 23 and some change, 23, like somewhere around this Fibonacci. I've forgotten where. I got out of it roughly break even right in here. Pretty frustrating trade for two reasons. One is that there not only was there not continuation after the halt, there wasn't an opportunity to even get out break even after the halt opened up. I'd say that the outside of those, I've never seen that happen in a 5-minute halt. It has never opened up lower after a 5-minute halt. It has never opened up lower than its previous close. Really, really crappy. And then it kind of sucked to watch it go so much higher. I mean, I was in this thing for 23 and some change per share. I think it's 23.40 or something like that. It was really close to 23.57. That's what it was. 23.57 per share, and then it made a run for 28. So if I had held on to the 1,000 shares, I would have made $3,000, close to $3,000, something like that, instead of 2,500 if I'd sold at this Fibonacci up here. But yeah, that's trading for you. That's trading for me right now. I put on a pre-market. So the first trade that I took on BYSI actually was pre-market with these 100 shares right here. I bought them at, I don't remember what time it was. I think it was just a little bit after 9. I'd have to go over my pre-market session to figure out where it was that I bought these things. But I bought 100 pre-market after what looked to me like an indication that it was about to move higher. And it did move higher. It was starting to go higher on those 100 shares. I remember pre-market I was up about $100 or so, and then it just started tumbling down. So I dumped it, and I only made $20 on it here pre-market. This first trade, this first 100 shares right here. And then Activision, ATVI. So let's go over ATVI. Pretty rough day of trading here. So this morning on ATVI, I actually only had 2 levels on it. I had a level at 82.89 and 82.31. And I did enter trades there at those 2 levels. And then later on, after so it really, really took a dump took a pretty major fall there. I was like, well, what's going on? You know, my levels obviously aren't correct. There's another level in here, and that was yesterday's high. And so I didn't take yesterday's high into account. And actually, let's see how yesterday's high falls in with the. So there's yesterday's high, and then there's this 25% level that I have where price really started to find a bottom there. Well, in any case, I let go of ATVI for a negative $337 loss. Just a darn shame. And so then so I got basically break even on BYSI, and was essentially, I think, $20. I was at negative $317. At this point, by the time I got to this point right here in the day, let's see if I can find a marker to put on that draw. Yep. So let's see right here. Right in here. Oh, all right, whatever. So basically from this 684 down, I was down $317. And then I did manage to trade BYSI a few times more here with a few more shares, and just kind of nibbled down the losses from 317 there to 170, negative 177. So another $140 managed to squeeze out of the market just to kind of work the red day down a little bit. So pretty crappy trading day there. Really frustrating circuit breaker halt right here at the 9:40 hour for that fall down. And then, you know, I was smart and lucky in getting into some more shares in order to average out the thing to break even. But yeah, kind of just really could have made a lot more money today instead of a loss. Yeah, I think that's kind of the way it's going to go for a while until I get really good at this. I mean, I've only been doing it for a couple of years full time, and it'll take a little bit more time. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it a day here. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.